There's no doubt about it that this is a world that is becoming increasingly worse by the day. And at this point, I think, personally, there are two ways you can go about it. Literally, only two ways. You can contribute to that and save your own skin, or you can try to make a stand against it in whatever small corner you exist in, and hope that, you know, one or a few people latch on and virally your message spreads that we need to change things, we need to make our world sustainable, and we need to make it one that works for everybody, not just for enormous corporations like Boeing that are making billions and billions of dollars off of horrible atrocities like war. What the protesters did is they arranged this protest against Boeing in kind of a fun manner. They sort of used the premise of a breakup, like a breakup in a relationship. You know, you call your girlfriend, sorry baby, it's not you, it's me, blah 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 blah. Essentially, they devised a breakup letter that we would walk from Daly Plaza in downtown Chicago to the destination, the Boeing headquarters tower, a few miles away, and they would deliver this letter either to someone in person or from a phone outside. Naturally, we were escorted by the police. Your guess is as good as mine whether they were enjoying the party or not.
I say dump, you say Boeing, dump, Boeing, dump, Boeing. And I say dump, you say Boeing, dump, Boeing, dump, Boeing.
My father has worked for the Boeing Corporation for probably just about the last 30 years. He worked there throughout my entire childhood and continues to work there till this day. My dad was never a war supporter. In fact, both of my parents were pretty adamantly against the Vietnam War. My dad just wanted a job in aerospace engineering. You know, most Americans, it's living the dream. You know, you want a job in something that interests you and something that's going to put food on the table and help you support a family. He's told me once or twice that they've offered him a position within the strategic defense division of Boeing, and he turned it down. My dad is a very peaceful man. He's very good-hearted, not the kind of guy who would willingly support a war profiteering company. The thing is when he started, their values sort of reflected his own. You know, he's the kind of guy that believes in working for what you earn, and when the engineers union went on strike, he went on strike with them. He's always been right up there doing his job as hard as he can. The people that take it to the street are the people that I grew up with. They're the people that I've surrounded myself with through most of my life. They're the people who raised me. They are the people. They're the ones who I relate to the most on a human level, and I don't think that part of me will ever diminish, or I don't think I'll ever lose it. I keep an eye on where I spend my money, who I put my time in for, because I don't want to betray those people in any way, willingly or inadvertently.
Right now we're going to read this letter so that everybody can hear it here. We're also going to make a call to Boeing. I'm now calling the Boeing ethics line. This is the Boeing ethics line? Okay, I would like to read a letter to you from the people of Chicago. Dear Boeing, by the time you read this letter, our relationship will be over. We've been together since 2001, and even though we've had our misgivings about your behavior and intentions, we allowed you into our city with open arms. Since then, you've broken our hearts in more ways than we can tell you. Just a small sampling includes: You've been given over $54 million in tax breaks since you moved to our city. Money that could have gone to improving education, healthcare, or public transportation. You're the world's second leading weapons manufacturer, profiting off the deaths of thousands and the destructions of homes and cities.
I think if companies like Boeing and other multi-billion-dollar corporations that are, chin deep in the profiteering off this war, I think if they stood up, took some responsibility, and refused to dedicate any more of their resources to the continuation of this war or any other war like it, then maybe the government would start to